gold shade in the middle here, and I'm going to apply this to the inner half of my eyelid with a flat shader brush. Firstly, to be honest, I wasn't that impressed with the colour payoff with this shadow. I did have to build it up quite a lot, as you can see, and it wasn't very intensely pigmented. I will say though, as soon as I got past that first layer in the pan, it did seem to apply a lot better on my other eyelid, so I don't know if it's just something getting through that first layer, but it did apply much better. I didn't notice any fallout with this shadow, and the best way to get the most intensity onto the lid is just to really pack that shadow on with patting motions, and that's why I've chosen a flat shader brush. This is just the usual one I use, a really old brush by Gemma Kid, is it? Gemma Kid? I can't remember. It's really old, really old, and quite battered, but it's one of my favourite brushes to use for packing shadow on, so I really love it. So how much more vibrant does that look on my left eyelid? It really did seem to perform a lot better once I got through that first layer, so I'm just going back to my right eyelid and applying more of that product just to make it a little bit more intense. I'm then going to apply this burnt orange shade onto the outer half of my lid, and using the same flat shader brush I'm just going to turn it around and use the other side. And once again I did notice that this seemed to have the same issue, and until I got through that first layer of product, I don't know if there's some weird film on it or something, but it didn't seem to be that intense until I got through that first layer, so I did have to really build this up once again. But I'm just applying that all over the lid. I'm not really taking it up to the crease or anything, so I'm just going to blend it all out and taking it all over the lid up to that gold eyeshadow, and then I'm just going to blend those two together in a moment. Using that same flat shader brush, I'm just going to do zigzag motions in the middle of those two colours just to blend them together and make them look seamless. I'm now swapping over to a blending brush, and this is the one from the Smashbox Full Exposure palette. Any blending brush will do. I really recommend the Real Techniques Base Shadow brushes. They're great for blending, and also the Sigma E25 is a great blending brush as well. Just something that's nice and soft and fluffy, just to blend out any of those harsh lines. You can see that I'm swapping between windshield wiper motions and then slight soft circular motions on the outer edges, just to bring that shadow up slightly but not too much. We kind of want to keep it down in the crease area and below. We're going into this next shade, which looks really kind of like a bronze in the palette, but it's swatched like a rose gold. It's a really interesting colour, and I'm just going to apply this to my lower lash line. This is like a soft angled brush. I think it's from MAC. It was from our holiday collection, so I'm not even sure if it would still be available. If I find out what it's called, I'll pop it in the description bar below. But I really like using this because it kind of blends as it applies, and I like taking my eyeshadow quite low on my lower lash line as well. So it being kind of thick and fluffy really helps too. Moving on to eyeliner now, I'm just going to create a winged liner. I'm using my Maybelline Lasting Studio Gel Liner. This one is in the colour Black Chrome, which isn't usually the one that I pick up. This one has a slight metallic sheen to it when you look inside the pot, but it seems to apply just kind of black to me without any sparkle or sheen, so that suits me fine. And I'm just using a MAC 266 angled brush here. This is one of my favourite brushes to apply eyeliner with. I just find it to be super easy. So the easiest way I find to do my eyeliner is to extend from my waterline and then draw a triangular shape back onto the upper lash line. And I'm going for a kind of semi-thick wing today. And then I just like to fill everything on the outer corner before I start on the inner corner of that lash line. And I basically just draw a line to meet up with that outer corner. That's how I'm doing it today anyway. I do change it up a bit. I'm not necessarily the best with any kind of eyeliners, to be honest. I'm much better with gel than I am with liquid though. So that's just how I like to do it. And then I just try and fix any lines and try to make it as smooth looking as possible. Don't worry if you have made any little mistakes. If your wing's gone a bit jagged, you could always just use a cotton bud with some concealer, and that will help to clear it up. It's about trial and error and a lot of practicing, and even though I've done winged liner for so many years now, I still make a lot of mistakes with it, so don't worry too much. Mostly I can never get them to look the same on each eyelid. That's my main struggle. I'm then taking this NYX waterproof eyeliner, and I'm just going to line my waterline and my tightline as well. now just applying a few good coats of mascara to my top and bottom lashes. This is the Max Factor Glamour Extensions mascara. You see me use this a lot. I've actually run out now, it's all kind of dried up and I've had it for a few months, so I do need to replace it, but I definitely will repurchase this because it is an awesome mascara. The finished look. Really nice, really easy, just 3 eyeshadows used, and I really love this look for this time of year, very autumnal. I'm wearing one of the NYX High Voltage lipsticks on my lips today, and this is in the colour Hollywood, really pretty. I will have a lip swatch video coming up soon on my channel if you are interested in seeing that. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!